There we go. How's that? What up, what up? How's it going, Kyle? What's up, Hugo? Romero, what up? Did I hear the news with TikTok? What was the news? Talking about Oracle taking over? Set my setup, but I hate pre-market trades. Yeah. Your Apex code's not 40% off anymore? Yeah, it should be 80%. Where do you see me posting that it's 40% right now? Is that in the information or something? I don't know what deal they have running right now. It's 80% off or something, maybe, with no activation fee, or activation fee of $65. I can't remember what it is. They're usually running something. Larry Ellerson just looks evil. Yeah, 39 is what it was. I don't know what their deal is that they're running currently, Bez. What's up, Dakota? How's it going? Nick, what's going on, man? The weekend was good. Got a lot of ice here right now. What's up, Blade? How's it going, man? You can't hear me? Can you not hear me over there on the Discord? How's the snow? It's ice, man. It's not even snow. We got like a quarter-inch, half-inch of ice right now. You like Lucid better than Apex? They're two totally different firms, man, for different purposes. So if you're looking to scale 20 accounts, obviously Apex is the way to go. But Lucid's their rules are more straightforward. They have the ability to. I think they're a more stable account for people who are newer or people who just don't want to deal with a lot of the stuff that you have to deal with Apex. I like Apex. I've made a lot of money from Apex. What about now, Blade? How's that? What's up, guys? How's it going? Kevel, what up? Bonjour. Buongiorno. Nice. Appreciate it. Appreciate you telling me. Hope you did too, man. Appreciate that. I did have a good weekend. What's up, Mimi? How's it going? How have you blown all of your accounts? We got 11 or 12 accounts now. But yeah, we had a rough past 2 weeks. Verse of the day. Yep. Tell you the verse of the day that I'm going to start telling you the verse of the day that I read, not what's on the internet. This is from Matthew 16:23. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of God, but those that be of man. And I'll give you the more easy to understand translation of that. Jesus turned and said to Peter, Get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns. This is, I believe, when Peter was trying to change his mind about what had to be done, what was getting ready to take place. Congrats on the 4 years. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that a lot. I need to work on the psychology, man. What has helped you get through that? Man, I just got tired of constantly having problems, you know, and I associated, process of deductive reasoning led me to the conclusion that I was over trading. Constantly being in the market is not the answer. You might have some short-term success with it, but in the long run, you will get cooked. I didn't see what you said, Kyle. Oh, the Larry Ellerson or whatever. He's not Oracle. He is Oracle. Palantir is Peter Thiel, the other weird individual. How long did it take you from no experience to turning profitable consistently? I would say 4 years is the time frame of when I actually started trading to being able to rely on this to pay my bills. Are you looking to take a trade? Yeah, when the market opens. We got 20 minutes. Tristan posted a good verse of the day. James 4:10, humble yourselves before the Lord and he will lift you up. I like that. Jenko, what's up, man? How's it going? Yummy, what's up? Trading at work today? Be careful. Be careful. What's up, Leroy? How's it going, man? Six-figure trader. I made over six figures last year from trading. Yep. All week kind of sucks. Should be an interesting week, man. I don't know if you saw my video. We got FOMC on Wednesday, and we got earnings reports for a lot of big tech companies Wednesday, and then Apple on Thursday. Should be an interesting week. Christopher, what's up, man? Nora, what up? Class canceled today? It is. I bet it'll be canceled tomorrow, too. Is it Leonardo? Is that how you say it? Leonardo? We'll see, man. I'm not totally sure. We got a lot of events going on that could potentially have an effect on what the futures market does today. So, you know, we do have a lot of liquidity resting above us here. ES still has not inverted last week's new week opening gap. I'll show you that here. That's not it. That's my indicator. So we have this week's new week opening gap that I have marked out here. We also have last week's that never got inverted. So this is obviously acting as a resistance level currently. I'd like to see us, if we can push through this and invert it to the upside at some point this week, I think we could possibly have a pretty bullish week, but we shall see. BF6 is officially downloaded. Okay. Practice up on that red sec, Nora. Me and Whiskey need another tail gunner in the helicopter. Played COD research yesterday. Still killed it. On a new account? Did you have a new account? Do you use the fib? Yeah, I do. Yep. No, I'm saying on COD, were you playing on a fresh account, or was it your old account? Oh, it's your first time on there. Oh, okay. I haven't played the new one a single minute. I'm not going to. The only way COD will get me back is if they completely fire every single person on their design team and start over. The first one I want to see, they need to publicly fire that girl who was bragging about the cat cafe. I want that to be a public humiliation. She has no business being in charge of designing video games. That was kind of mean. I'm sorry. I take that back. But seriously, I mean what I said about she has no business on that design team. I got followed through a wall at a kill cam. Yeah, and they're still not doing anything about it. Arc Raiders is fun, man. I have it. Everett. Would you mind explaining, what are you talking about, Leroy? Explaining what? Are you going to trade FOMC? Probably not. I might trade after the dust settles afterwards, but I don't intend to try to actually trade FOMC itself. I don't ever do that. Just took London there. NQ has not taken London. ES has. Kyle, we're talking about the Call of Duty design team, or just the team in general. Everybody they have on their team making that most recent Call of Duty that they made. That absolute dumpster fire of a game. Talking about how to use the fib. What do you want to know exactly in terms of what? Are you interested in using it as a confluence for a trade, or just understanding where you're going to get pullbacks or reversals, or what? Hey, can I get your key opens and indicators? I don't know what key opens are, but the only indicator that I've used for this right here is the ICT kill zone and pivots. So whenever I first sit down at the chart in the morning, I turn it on and I look at these key levels, and then I mark those out using the ray tool. And then I have on the ray tool, I have all these preset or saved templates here for session highs and lows. And then these are my ray settings, ray tool settings. Don't expand, black line, solid, thickness is as skinny as it gets. What's your favorite game? Currently it's probably Escape from Tarkov or Battlefield. Two totally different games. Depends on the mood. Yeah, Leroy, I'll send you some information about what you want to know about Fibonacci. Never got into games. Older brother always wrecked me when we were younger. Yeah, I can relate to that. I was the youngest of 4 boys, man. We always were gaming together. Nintendo 64 days, Super Smash Brothers, Star Fox, all the good ones, Mario Kart, GoldenEye. You may have to upgrade to paid subscription on TradingView to have what he uses. To have more than, I think, 2 or 3 indicators on the chart at once you do, but I don't think you do for just the regular Fibonacci tool. And not for the ICT kill zone and pivots indicator. This is free. I think you're only limited to, the limitation is just the number of indicators you can have at one time on the chart. Good morning from Ghana. Hey, Kit, Tara, I appreciate you being here. You were here last week. Appreciate you. Sips and hit and run. That was a good game. Twisted Metal was a good game. I love being a medic on Battlefield, but Escape from Tarkov, I want to see burn. I despise the developers. I see them as scammers. I can see why you feel that way. Let's get the bag, man. Hope you're having a good morning. Let's do it. Greenville got nothing. Are you in Greenville, NC or Greenville, South Carolina? Back to a funded boom. Yeah, I still have 2 fundeds, surprisingly, from my crap in the bed last week. I have 2 Lucid accounts that I'm still milking. Their balance is $49,656, and they have available drawdown $944 left in drawdown. But all the other ones are evals. I'm up only a couple hundred on all the other evals. Sick Rips, what up, man? Just got funded last night after blowing 4 XFAs by buying the wrong contract. That happens. How much is it to start with me? I don't sell anything, man. It's free because you started. You're in here. I have a Discord also. I hold live sessions on there. I'm going to start doing that more frequently and have more diversity in what is discussed. So far it's only been basically Bookmap, but I think that it would be useful if we had where I just kind of went over some trade reviews for the week or things that I saw in the week. But yeah, join the Discord if you want The link for that is in the bio. What lucid accounts do you recommend? I like the Flex, man. The black plan that they just released is nice, but I still think that the Flex plan is the best one. So I think it all just depends on, your trading style and what you're looking for. I like the rules for the funded on the Flex. There's no consistency. With the black plan, I think the consistency is 40%, and the Pro has a consistency of 40%. So the Flex has no consistency in the funded stage. So I like that. I honestly think that one of the best accounts to get right now, though, is the Tradeify Select plan. And then once you pass, get the daily payouts. I do recommend that you tell folks about fake accounts in the trading community coming from. Yeah, definitely. This account right here is my only trading account that I have. There's a lot of fake accounts that try to pretend to be me and messaging people. Same with the Discord. I have one Discord account. I'll never message you first. I'll never reach out to you and ask you how your portfolio is doing, how your trading's going, whether you want to improve or not. The only time I'll ever reach out to you is if I've said explicitly right here, looking you into the camera, hey, I'll get with you. Sort of like I just did Leroy. I'm going to send Leroy after the stream some stuff about Fibonacci. But I will never reach out to you. So had a bunch of people over the weekend hit me up about that. Keep that in mind. How important is journaling even if you don't trade on a day but have ideas? That's an interesting question, man. I don't practice journaling I journal trades. But it's an interesting concept. I don't think you can journal too much. So if you're journaling even on days that you didn't take a trade and what you saw and why you didn't take a trade, that's probably a pretty good idea. I think that's a pretty good idea. Also just keeps the habit of continuing to journal. You get better and better at it the more you do it. Wingman, it's in the Discord. It's in the Discord. It's in the Discord. All the settings that I use are in the Discord. What's up, Benjamin? How's it going, man? This is NQ. Yeah, Lucid's 40% off right now. They dropped that sale last night. So those Lucid Flex plans, if somebody wanted to grab some of those, I think Tradeify is 30% off right now. That sale ends January 31st. Yeah, January 31st. Yeah, there's some good deals going right now. Do you believe it's going to turtle soup and sell? I have no idea what it's going to do, man. I have no idea. We're going to watch here. I would imagine we get a little pullback and then a move higher. A pullback to 25,710 and then a move higher potentially. Maybe lower. Maybe down to the VWAP. A lot of liquidity above us, though. We do have this wick that formed on the open last night. That could be an attractive thing for price to go to, but I see all this liquidity above us, and I just am leaning more towards that direction. But I could be wrong. We'll see. It's still relevant on ES because we did not fill it there. So I still have it marked out here, but ES did not fill it. So it'd be interesting to keep an eye on it. bro, I had to reset my bookmap under studio config. What boxes under studio config? What boxes do you have ticked? Studio config. You mean configure add-ons or manage plugins? What's studio config? I don't see studio config. What broker do I use if I'm in the US? There's plenty of prop firms to use, man. I would not be trading personal capital. Oh, so you see, you can't see my mouse, can you? At the very top, there's like a thing that looks like a lock. It's a shape of a lock, or like a lock symbol. The button right to the left of that, it'll say configure visible components. That's where you can turn the candlestick off, turn the heat map on, and configure it the way you want right there. What are you trading? This is NQ futures. This is NQH6 on the chart here. NQH, not MNQ, NQH. What time frame do you prefer to mark FEGs? I think their higher time frame obviously helps you get an idea, but for marking out these key levels, I use the 1 hour. And then I always want to pay attention to where the higher time frame gaps are. There's one above us here on the 3 hour, 4 hour, 2 hour. And then I use the lower time frames to kind of judge an entry for a setup, spot setups, and get entries from the 5 down to the 1. Minute and 5 seconds here until the market opens. What boxes do I have ticked? I have buy/sell orders, heat map, last price, and volume dots. Hey man, I hope it was well. Our new video is not posted for YouTube. Yeah, I posted several videos that just have 0 views, man. There's something going on with that. I don't know what the deal is. I tried to post a economic news video yesterday morning. It just was not working. So I posted one this morning. I don't even know if it's visible to people. Something weird going on with TikTok. My stories wouldn't post. Very strange. They did just switch over to Oracle, so I'm sure they're having issues. Yeah, I think it is. I think that's exactly what it is. Just getting the kinks worked out. All right. NQ took London. ES took London. Market open right now. Jim Cramer ringing the bell, shorts all day. Whatever Jim Cramer says, do the opposite. If he says it's a bullish day, you better just open a short and put your whole account on the line. Would you recommend getting good at going long before going short? No. I think you need to be able to spot both, man. I'm on a plane, can't trade. Where are you headed now, Tristan? Off to Monaco or something? ES taking all buy side right now? Yeah. It's pushing. A lot of liquidity above us on ES. Tapped right into this 15 here and just pushed right up. I was in Austin for the weekend, now back in Florida. Hey, appreciate that gift, man. Yeah, I read it earlier. That was a good verse. Appreciate that, Ben. Hope you did too, man. And a big 4 hour here on ES. There you go. Yeah. Might be the choppiest breaker. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. A lot of liquidity above us here on the book map. This is NQ. I'll get this. This is ES. Strong pushing up here. If anybody's scalping, probably some good action here to make some money. My plane seat recliner is broken, so I'm stuck completely upright. Who are you flying with? I use regular ES on the book map. Mac, what up, man? Made 250 with NQ. Nice. Yeah, Delta's usually pretty good. Up 5K. There you go, man. Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Previous new week opening gap. Alaska and United. Isn't Alaska the one that had the door fly off? Wasn't that Alaska? Like mid-flight, the door went just shooting off the side of the plane. 25.208 is the target on NQ. 25.208. Man, you're looking for a dip. Holy cow. Nick, what are you thinking that for? They actually own Delta. Okay. I see what you're thinking, Nick. $600-point move, yeah. Spirit is different for sure. Took a scalp up 1K, yeah, not a bad move. Bookmap was clear to the upside, man. If it wasn't Monday and I'm just trying to be very disciplined, I probably would have gotten in on that. Just the way that the bookmap looked was just lit up hard to the upside. Now it's a little bit. Now we got some orders coming in below us a little bit on ES. NQ seems to be following ES pretty closely here, so ES might get a little pullback. We're at the peak of this new week opening gap from not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before. So this could be a level of resistance here. If we break through it to the upside here in the next, we get a candle closure in 20 minutes of the 1 hour, I think that we could potentially just really take off, but we'll see. Have a good day, Janko. Good job, man. In and out, shake the tree, go on with your day. I love it. Yeah, I mean, if it's hit or miss with Spirit, man. There's another one called Velo. I fly with them because they have a direct flight from North Carolina to Fort Lauderdale. Then I go down there a good bit, or I did. Haven't gone down in a while. Need to get back down there. Yo, yo. I'm gonna fly to Jax and see what it's like. Jax or what is JSX? Is that Jacksonville? Look at this move. Just pumping. Oh, okay, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. It's like not private, but it's like a mix. It's like a weird mix between private and commercial. You get like really nice seating and very easy like security and stuff like that. Yo, Mr. Olympia, what's your favorite shoulder exercise? I like overhead barbell press, man. Not overhead, but like on an incline, like where you're barely inclined slightly or barely declined slightly. Like a 75-degree upright. Dumbbells are good too. See how this 4-hour closes here. At 17 minutes. Are you natty? I am right now. Yeah. I don't like using the cuffs, man. I see people doing that. I'm not really sure who popularized that. Probably it looks like something Jeff Nipper would have recommended people doing. I can grab the D handle and go to town. If there's a strength issue there with grip, then increase your grip strength. Get that up. Do forearm curls. Do those things where you like twist the rope. I like to get my forearms, I like to take the barbell behind me and put like a 25 on there and do wrist curls really slow and controlled. I think that's probably grip strength and forearm muscle is where people lack tremendously. And I think a lot of it is from doing things that take their forearms out of it. Like I saw a guy using, I mean, you never know. I'm not trying to hate on somebody. Maybe he has a previous injury he doesn't want to like irritate, but 9 times out of 10, that's not the case. I saw a guy using wrist wraps for benching 175. Like a kid, like 19, 20. And like I said, maybe he has a pre-existing condition that he injured his wrist or something, but I don't recommend doing that kind of stuff because you need to strengthen those stabilizer muscles. That wrist strength is important. Your forearms will always give out before your back is fatigued. We're talking about shoulder exercises. Talking about cable lateral raises. If you're talking about deadlifting, then that's a whole different ballgame. But even then, I don't think you should be using straps unless you're deadlifting like 405 plus. I'd say more bodybuilding than powerlifting. I don't really care. I'd rather look like I can lift 500 pounds than look fat and actually be able to do it. I feel like I'm being a dick. I'm sorry. I would rather look big and not be able to lift as much than to be able to lift a tremendous amount and not look like it. So I feel like that more falls in line with bodybuilding. But I mean, if you can lift a lot and you're low body fat, you're gonna look pretty stout. We're just pumping here, dude. We're just pumping. Even with trained forearms on back movements without straps, you're leaving back gains on the table. Yeah, I mean, I get your point on that, but I think that's only applicable if you have bitch forearms and you're lifting super heavy, which typically don't go together. You're in long, so what was your entry? There's still a ton of liquidity above us here on the book map. This 4-hour candle closes, or 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. This candle closes right here in the next 12 minutes. Ton of liquidity above us. Just made $2 grand on longs. Very nice. Yeah, I agree with you, Dan. I agree with you. I'm just saying for the average gym goer, I'm not talking about people who are like, you know, who are like lifting tremendous amount of weight. The average gym goer is not in that category. No, you're right. I mean, I think when you get to that level where you're throwing around 405 pound plus, especially when you're doing like bent over rows or anything like that, definitely throw some straps on there. I like the hooks, the wrist hooks. I think those are pretty useful, easier to use than the straps sometimes for me. Like if your forearms are super cooked, then getting those straps on can be kind of hard sometimes. So the hooks are pretty useful. What's the company? Reaper? Gym Reaper. They have some good ones. You think it'll reverse to London and Asia lows? I'm not seeing that right now, man. I mean, it can do it. It could. It's always a chance, but 11 minutes. This is going to get inverted here, and it becomes a level of support at that point. So what I would look for is potentially price to push back into this and then go higher. But what could happen if we see that the CE of this gap, if we get a candle closure below that, we could be looking for price to move all the way back down. We'll see though. Let me keep this 1 hour candle up here. Nine minutes until this candle closes. 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the TikTok For You page and stuff. Hey, I appreciate that, Dan. Thanks a lot, man. Getting a pullback here. There's a stack of orders at 25,800 on NQ. Still have 8 minutes till this candle closes here. I love face pulls, yeah. And you can do different variations of it to hit different things, man. Excuse me. I got to open the blinds, man. I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep over here. Wish I could show you guys the pool was frozen over this morning slightly. Not anymore. The snow stopped. Stopped last night around like 10 or 11. It's not, and it wasn't snowing. It's been like freezing rain and icing. Three years, Leroy. 3 years. Yeah, Francie Pants. It was, is that Francie Pants over there? It was mostly ice, not a whole lot of snow, but it's kind of been even worse. Freezing rain, and then it was like 22 degrees last night. It's definitely not ideal. No, there's no period on my name in Discord, Everett. If somebody messaged you, it's not me. A 4,400 may call it. Yeah, I'd say you probably should. Is that across one account, or how many accounts is that? We had a couple inches of snow in Chicago. Dude, I saw how cold it was in Chicago, man. I saw people posting pictures from their, so 44 across, like 44 divided by 5, or 44 on each of the 5. Either way, that's a good day. I saw people posting videos in Chicago in their high rises, like their windows were like like the edges were like completely frozen. It was wild. No, that's my brother Kyle. He's not paper trading. 44 total. That's good. Yeah, the book map was pretty clear to the upside on that. Still looks pretty clear to the upside, to be completely honest. Somebody just asked how the book map's looking. I'll show you. It's pretty. That's ES right there. It looks pretty clear to the upside there. We could get a pullback, but waiting for this candle to close in 4 minutes. It's gonna hit the 30s in Florida this week. What part? Book map trade, yeah, I can see that. Down by Coca. That's cold, man. My favorite weather. You're in the wrong state for that. I do like the change of seasons, though. I like it when it gets cold, and then it makes you appreciate the warm weather a lot more. What's up, man? Woke up to 13 degrees this morning in GA. Yeah, that's cold. It got down about that cold where I am over the weekend. Not this morning, but it was 22 last night when I went to bed. Tennessee's a great state, yeah. I'd love to have some land out there. 2 minutes till this candle closes. Might be late to the party at this point. All the liquidity is getting absorbed. Still a ton of it on ES above us here, but we'll see. Not yet, King. No trades yet. 3 feet in New Jersey. Holy cow, dude. The South would absolutely shut down. No state income tax too, right, Everett? Tennessee is one of the states that doesn't have state income tax, I believe. Could be wrong about that. I think their sales tax is higher, though. Down to a chilly 78. I need to get down there, man. Might be coming around in next month, February. Haven't decided yet. Down to Fort Myers. So live trading on the Discord differ. It should be the same exact stream. It's a tight stop then, Will. Wait for a stronger pullback and then keep your stop. Maybe, I don't know. It sounds like your stops are running really tight. We got 25 seconds till this candle closes here. ES inverted some gaps too, I think. Yeah, that big new week opening gap just got inverted. See how deep we dig into that. The 69.60 area would be an interesting place to figure out whether we wanted to get in on this. I don't know if it'll pull back that deep, though. $44 is good, man. 4,400 is good. All trade fi, lack of an intraday trailing drawdown adjustment is key. Yeah, 44, I'd call it a day, man. There's no need to push it. You caught that. No need to try to give any of it back. It's a good day. Yeah, that's the big difference between the take profit accounts and the Tradify accounts. Those daily payout accounts. TPT is great for the fact that the payout cap is 10,000 per account, but that trailing can definitely get hard. It's hard to get used to. With the Tradify, they don't have the trailing, the intraday trailing, but your payouts are capped at 1,000 on the 50Ks. I think they're both good. The Tradify would be the foundation, and then I'd definitely add in the take profit accounts. Looking for retracing longs? Yeah, I think it potentially, depending on how the book map lines up, a dig back into this gap here would be an interesting place to get into this. Price is starting to just taper off right here at this level, so there's still a lot of liquidity on the book map above us on ES, some on NQ as well. So we'd like to see it pull back and then an aggressive spike out of this level. Is there a London high there I missed? Are you talking about an NQ? Yes. I'm not sure which London high you're looking at. NQ? Previous London high at 878. That got swept. $873 is what I have there. A bunch of liquidity just cleared out above us on ES. Let's see if there was something that just happened or Trump just said something. D, no, we haven't taken anything yet. This is the 15. Looking for a pullback and then potentially a long or potentially a short. That better? What founded account would you recommend for futures? I think beginners should start on paper and trade that for a while until they can develop a strategy and a plan that they can show is effective. But once you're at the point where you're ready for a funded account or a eval, a prop firm account, I would then look, to be honest right now, I think one of the best accounts for beginners is the Tradeify Select 50K account. I think the rules are really easy to navigate. Gives you the opportunity once you pass for daily payouts after you reach the buffer. I think that the Lucid account, the Flex account, is a pretty good account too. The reason I say Tradeify, you have a $2,500 profit target, end of day trailing. It's relatively cheap comparatively. So I think those are great accounts to start with. Price is just lulling right here, man. This is uninteresting. Might have missed the whole move for the day. Waiting for a pullback, which is fine. But we'll stay patient, keep looking. Potentially was, yeah, potentially was. Or we're going to get a dump later. We'll see. What's up, Supreme? How's it going, man? Nice move down coming here. This is not a bad short idea here down to the VWAP, but I'm not totally convinced that that's what we want to do. Can I explain why I didn't take a short at 25,850? There was little information to go off of that supported that sort of thinking. We just pumped 130, 145 points. That would have been pretty much a top tick, almost exactly a top tick. Not really the most shorting against the trend like that would not have been advisable. We have a clear pullback here, potential break of structure. Got bookmap lighting up to the downside. Now we're getting more information that would support that idea. C-bomb, not there yet. What's the app? This is a website called TradingView. Broker you're using? I'm trading with several different prop firms: Tradeify, Lucid, and Take Profit Trader. Yeah, Saint, not a bad call. I wouldn't be willing to take a trade against that idea right now. Got orders stacked down to basically the 25,780 level. A couple orders down at 25,750. But basically the middle of this inversion just inverted a 2-minute to the upside. Let's see what happens here. I'm not convinced either way. I'd say we keep the trend going here, but we'll find out. Make sure you're signed into the prop firm account, Anabolic, not into, like, the TradeInvade also allows you to have personal capital accounts through them. So make sure when you're signing in, you're signed in using the credentials from the prop firm you're trying to sign into. Something about that tag in the 15 doesn't feel right. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. That's what she said. Here you go. trend is your friend. I like that. There's a big push up there. Just absorbed a ton of orders on NQ. That's why I didn't take that short. That makes sense there. Frukta. Is that how you say your name? I don't even know. But yeah, if we're right back to that 858 level. Glad I didn't short that, yeah. I'm not saying it's not gonna, it couldn't happen, but I just didn't have enough information to go off of to justify taking that trade. Yeah, I like the idea of a scalp, but not in that scenario right there. I would rather take a scalp in the direction of the trend. Like what I'm seeing on the book map, and you can see it too, is all that lit up above us. I'd wait for this to just give a small sign of weakness right here, get in on that, and then play this up to the 900 level. I think that would be a more intelligent thing to do, or informed decision to make based on the information that we have. Like a small sign of weakness back into the 860s right here, and then a play up to 900 would be a really solid move, I think. But I could just take off without doing that. There's that little pullback here. I was just down into the 70s. Now we're back into the 80s. I love Lucid. I'm with them, KA. There's a little pullback right there. Yeah, if you were looking for a scalp, Frukta, that would be my thinking. I'd look for a pullback into the 870s here and then take it up to the 900s. I like the flex, KA. I think both plans are solid, but I like the flex. I like the fact that the flex doesn't have consistency in the funded stage. So you can sit there theoretically and just have a massive day on that account, and you won't risk, being denied a payout because of it. You might have delayed data, man. Are you sure that you're not using delayed data? The little symbol in the very top corner where it says market open, is it green or is it delayed? No, you still have, in order to pass the Lucid account, I think it's a 2 or 3 day, let's see. So 2 days to pass. So there's on the Lucid Flex, it's a 50% consistency for the eval. But when you get to the funded stage, there's no consistency rule. with the flex. With the black account, there's a 60% consistency rule, or excuse me, a 40% consistency rule with the funded. Meaning when you go to take a payout, no single day can be more than 40% of your total profits. That's what the consistency rule there means for the funded. I'd rather not have that. So you don't have that with the flex plan. On ES Bookmap, there's a lot of orders up to the 69.90. Just above 69.90.50 is where they kind of die off. I'll show you. That's ES. Yeah, I do. Code CWT. Yeah. With almost any firm, the only two firms that I am not with are Funded Next and My Funded Futures. Those are the only two firms that I don't have a code with. You got Alpha Futures, Lucid, Take Profit, Apex, Tradeify, all the good ones. Yeah, that's a good point. On the flex, you still need to make $150 a day for 5 days for the payout. Yeah, that's true. But you could. My point is, like, if you had some massive day, you're in a trade that's just outstanding or something, you don't have to cut it short simply to abide by that consistency rule that some of the other accounts have. So that's nice to not have to worry about. You could have a big winner and let that stack up in your account. Yeah, there is a payout cap. The payout cap is, let's see, go to the facts page real quick. With Flex, the payout cap, I believe, is 2,000. 50% of profit up to 2,000, yeah. $2,000 every 5 days. Apex 50K is $2,000 every 8 days. It's 2,000 on the Flex account. 2,000. Up to 50% of profit up to 2,000 every 5 days. Strong pullback here on NQ. ES is following slightly. Break even again. That sucks, dude. Five winning days of $150 or more. I think that's what it is, right? Lucid Flex, funded. 5 days of 150, yeah. What does it mean when bookmap is lit up kind of in both ways, but still going uptrend on ES, for example, 2 minutes ago? It means there's people trying to get in below you or get out. And if there's a clear uptrend, it's, you know, people trying to take longs more than likely. It's where they probably have their stop losses set. Strong pullback here. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be consecutive. KA. Buy side liquidity is the stuff that's resting above you typically. That's what buy side is, not typically. That's what it is. That's what buy side is. This is all sell side. All this stuff right here. Haven't taken anything yet. That long at market open was free. Nice, man. I hope you took it. Would I take the short? Not yet. I'm watching I'm trying to study the book map right here, seeing how price is behaving. Yeah, I'm not convinced the shorts yet. This is the 5-minute time frame. Just completely disrespecting this inversion on the 5. Yeah, I'm still not convinced of any shorts here. Not yet. How's my weekend? It was good. It was a good weekend. It snowed, or it iced here a lot. Everything's kind of covered, but it looks like it's warming up outside. 34 degrees right now, so hopefully it melts off quickly. Just got smoked on longs. I'm not convinced either way here on the book map. I do have a big order that just came in underneath us down at 69.75, 200 orders, 135 or 136 buy orders there. NQ has a bunch of orders above us and not a whole lot below us. So that's NQ, and this is ES. So this is why I'm a little indecisive either way right now. Hugo, I'm leaning towards that, man. We'll see, though. Gabriel, I appreciate that. Greetings from Mexico. Okay. What part of Mexico are you in? Monkey Man, my current thought process is I'm watching ES and NQ on the book map, and they're both telling me, they're basically telling me opposite things at the moment. NQ has been following ES, so I'm wondering if that's going to remain the case. So I'm just trying to be patient here. If I was going to take a long, I would wait for the inversion of this 4-minute at least above us, and I would target some of this stuff. But I'm not 100%. I'm not really liking that trade, to be completely honest. I'm also not convinced that we don't want to go lower here and take out some of this sell side. So kind of just at a point where I'm just sitting on my hands to stay patient. There's a little pullback on NQ right there, back below that gap. Staying above it right here. Order's starting to flash up at the 25.885 level. Flashing pretty aggressively into the 80s. I can buy now. You can do whatever you want, man. This is not a Signals Live. This is 5-minute NQ right here. 4-minute, actually. This is ES. Which ES is the right one? ESH? ESH6. ESH 2026. It has, yeah, Ben. You're not off on that. If you're on ESH, this is what you should see. Pull back right there. We got 43 seconds till that candle closes. A little pullback. I don't use RSI now. Feeling shorts? I'm not convinced either way right now. It easily, I could see shorts on Bookmap on ES. Shorts are starting to look better, but on NQ we still have nothing below us and a bunch above us. So Robert Space Industries. Been playing some Star Citizen over there. Yeah, it's a FEG indicator. Chop Fest, market needs to pick side, yeah. Trading is directly funding my Star Citizen addiction. It is. It can be expensive. Nathan, what's up, man? Not yet. I have not taken any trades yet. Appreciate that, Mike. Yeah, I'm planning on scaling. I've already got 5 more Tradeify accounts. 2 of my Lucid accounts did not blow, so I've got 3 more Lucid evals, and I still have, or I do have, I added 2 take profit evals as well. So we're at, what is that, 12, 13 accounts. I appreciate that, though. Yeah, we'll bounce back. I don't like this. Took a short earlier, stopped in profit. Haven't seen much more to take. Yeah. Yeah, praying for you too, Mike. It has been a rough month, but you know that's just how it goes, man. You know, got to keep pushing. Learn from it, keep pushing. Bookmap is indecisive at the moment. NQ has stuff above, ES has stuff below. ES is starting to get some orders coming in above. It's kind of just consolidating. That's what it feels like. This is the 1 minute. So yeah, this is not ideal here. It's a little push there. All right, Kyle. Thanks for being here, man. King, appreciate it. Yeah, I don't blame you. Taking a break from Apex for now. I just haven't bought any more evals with them since I blew those 20 fundeds. I'm going to, but I'm kind of hoping that they're going to run another 90% off sale so I can kind of load up and not pay quite as much. So they're definitely going to be a firm that stays in my rotation. It'd be $20 or $19 an account. If they do the 90% off, it would be about $19 a count. So 19 times 20. And then hopefully they do a $65 activation with that deal. And that would be 65 times 20 also. I think sessions definitely play a role in the setup. When you have more volume, you typically get more follow through on your setups. So that's one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of trading Asia. I know some people love it. Tristan was talking last week. He enjoys it. I've never had much success trading Asia. Statistically speaking, over a year of data that I had for my own trading, Asia was one of my least profitable sessions to try to trade. All right, Tara. Appreciate you being here. What do you think about Top Step? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't like being saddled with trading on that platform that they have. I don't like how often it goes down. Bro, I just answered that. When it's 90% off sale, they're about $19 an account for the 50Ks. What's your entry criteria? Typically, for an ideal trade, I would like to see a sweep of a key level. I'd like to see a V-shaped recovery. I'd like to see a breaker formation. I'd like to see a fair value gap created on the leg of the recovery. A tap back into that breaker, digging into that fair value gap that's inside of it, clear rejection out of it, a clear draw on liquidity in the direction I'm trying to take the trade. That would be A1, beautiful. Hit that, go home. Do you buy 50Ks or 150Ks? I like the 50Ks. Easier to hit the target profit. Just overall, just the rules in general, I feel like are much easier to abide by. Profit targets, things like that. That's an A+ trade. Yeah, it is. No, you're good, man. I saw you spamming it. I thought I'd just fully explained it. The way that their sales work, they do either 80% off or 90% off, and then what they've been doing recently is they've been doing a deal on the activation fees as well, because without a deal on the activation fee, it's $140 per account to activate. So what I like to see is a sale where they're 80 or 90% off and a $65 activation fee. I'll stock up on 20 accounts if that's the case. Yeah, 1600 is about right, yeah. Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. TikTok's been, ever since this weekend, TikTok's been acting weird. Bookmap is lit up to the upside on NQ still. Definitely looking like we're pushing higher here, but this is consolidating. This isn't. I'm not interested in this consolidation. So I'm honestly about to call it. It's no news Monday. I don't want to take a trade and end up starting the week on the wrong note. I think you could potentially see just a quick move to the upside here to the 25,900 level on NQ. maybe even higher than that, maybe the 25, 9, 10 level. But I'm not willing to risk any of my money on that. Yeah, none of it's clean. So is it 1K per month or one-time fee? It's a one-time fee. You can pay the lifetime PA fee. It's a one-time fee. I appreciate you explaining that, man. Appreciate that. It's chilly in here. You only pay the monthly fee if you haven't passed the eval. Yeah, if you haven't passed the eval and 30 days rolls around, then they'll charge you again. That's with most firms. I think Lucid's the only one that doesn't automatically do that. So there is no monthly fee really, because you should be passing or blowing the account, in my opinion, before that 30 days hits. And then if you're paying an activation fee, that's a one-time thing. You shouldn't choose the monthly for Apex, and most other firms don't even have a monthly option. It's a one-time activation fee. All right, King. Appreciate you being here, man. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it. None of this is what I want to trade here. It's Monday. I'm gonna be super cautious, super patient, and just not continue. So we'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, and hopefully we can see exactly what we're looking for, and we can take a nice trade and make some money. I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate the interaction, the gifts, the likes, the follows, all that. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. So take it easy. Don't do anything stupid. Say green if you're green. If you're red, don't make it worse. So we'll see you. Appreciate you, Blade. We'll see you later, man.